Archangel Michael and Jesus are currently admonishing, if you overlook us, you will forfeit both of us. You only have 10 seconds. God says, chosen one, do not disregard this. Open this immediately, regardless of the outcome. Please refrain from skipping, my beloved offspring. Stay till the very end. Something significant awaits you today. Archangel Michael and Jesus are both murmuring your name simultaneously. In other words, they would lose both of us if this soul skipped. Please, this is their last chance. Exercise caution, my darling. The heavens are no longer in motion. The angels appear to be suppressing their respiration. Indeed, you are about to witness a sacred moment that will never happen again in your lifetime. I require you to take immediate action to begin the flow of God's favor in your life. Please click the like button before proceeding with this sacred moment. When you perform that simple act of engagement, it's like turning on a faucet in paradise. When you select like, you are telling God that you are ready, receptive, and in agreement with His will. He is on the verge of releasing control. It is not just a switch. There's a spiritual catalyst present. Press it now, and you will begin to feel an unending outpouring of God's favor toward you. Please refrain from scrolling. Refrain from blinking. Continue to stay in this location. There will be a point in time when events occur that will either allow you to enter paradise or prevent you from doing so for eternity. You did not discover this message by accident, my dear. You were meant to receive this message. Jesus says, you were beginning to deviate from your destiny, which is why we brought you here. He is standing next to Archangel Michael, who is wielding a brilliant, gleaming sword of light. He claims that if they leave now, everything that has been written for them since their birth will fall apart. My darling, you must be aware of this, right? The sudden nudge in your heart, the strange weight on your spirit, and the still voice warning you against skipping. What you're seeing is heaven's attempt to keep you from losing something you've been looking forward to for a long time. Please refrain from leaving until the end. You are about to receive an extraordinary gift that the heavens have never bestowed upon you before. Please remain attentive, my dearest darling. Today is the only day that heaven is communicating with us. It will never happen again. Your name is currently included in a divine countdown that is currently underway. Jesus informs them that their breakthrough is almost complete. Nonetheless, the door will close if they miss a step, make a single mistake, or look away for a moment. That is why you are present. This is why you are receiving this message at this time. Archangel Michael declares that if they persevere until the end, the obstacle in their path will crumble immediately. Please refrain from moving, skipping, or scrolling. You are on the verge of a life-changing realization, my child. I now invite you to live with me. You are about to be presented with an important opportunity. I implore you, my dearest child, to remain calm and with me until the end. Please refrain from skipping these sentences. A significant event is currently en route to you. Archangel Michael is located behind you. He claims that if they leave now, their marvel will go with them. My darling, this is not an unexpected occurrence. This section is of critical importance. The limited passageway that heaven has created will only be accessible to those who stay until the end. Please refrain from blinking or scrolling. Continue to stay in this location. The upcoming events will have a significant impact on everything. My beloved, Jesus asks that you inform them to stay. I am about to reveal information that they should never have been aware of. This marks the beginning of an event that will never occur again. It is intended only for you and no one else. You've been tested, disregarded, abandoned, and injured. Heaven, on the other hand, has witnessed your hidden sobs. Today, the heavens have said, enough is enough. That is why you are present. This is why you were unable to exit the page. Please do not leave me until the end, as a chain you have yet to observe is on the verge of breaking. Kindly refrain from skipping. Avoid moving. Your name is now emanating from the heavens. Please remain attentive, my dearest darling. Archangel Michael declares, I will penetrate the final barrier that impedes their blessings if they persist. If they persist, Jesus promises to restore everything that life has taken away. However, if you ignore it, it will stop functioning. Please keep in mind that each seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines light into another's darkness. Your actions contribute to a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven advances through the voices of those who are willing, but it grows through the goodness of their souls. I'm currently addressing you in this manner. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that seeps into the life of someone who needs healing. Give and you will receive. It isn't just a verse dedicated to Jesus. It is an ongoing commitment that affects your future. I'd like to extend an invitation to you at this time through a simple act of faith. Approach this situation with a sense of purpose, honesty, and optimism. The amount you contribute today is not a donation. Your heavens are open through the act of spiritual obedience. Let go of your seed and see what blessings God brings back into your life. My child, keep this blessing for the rest of your life. Heaven is currently monitoring you to see if you will accept the offer. Type Amen in the comments section below as a symbol of your faith, a signature on your divine contract, rather than just a word. Every angel who sees you writing it understands that you are ready to receive. This is the time to act, and may heaven record it as the watershed moment in your story. The following events will provide you with information that you have been waiting for your entire life. Type Amen in the remarks section at this time to show your dedication to the promise and genuine belief in its validity. Inform the heavens that you are willing to accept the gifts that are being bestowed on you. Heaven wishes for this vibration to increase. Each action you take slightly extends the duration of the divine gateway's opening. I encourage you to take another step of faith as the gate to heaven remains unlocked. At the moment, select the subscribe option. Subscribers to a channel do more than just view its content. You are entering prophetic alignment with each word that comes from this location. You are communicating to God that you are determined to fulfill your destiny, that you are ready for the next word, and that you want to stay in tune with His voice. Register today and watch as heaven transforms the world around you as a result of your obedience. Please remain with me, my dearest. A significant event is about to occur that will have a significant impact on your life. Kindly refrain from skipping. Please refrain from scrolling. Avoid moving. Dearest child, I implore you to take a deep breath and stay with me until death. Kindly refrain from skipping. Heaven will not allow you to miss an imminently significant event. Archangel Michael is now increasing the volume and instructing them to remain in place. Their breakthrough is imminent. You would never scroll, my darling, if you knew what the future held for you. It is now time for destiny to stop being a dream and start manifesting, so do not move. Avoid moving. Refrain from blinking. Please refrain from abandoning me until the end. The beloved Jesus is currently progressing, and His voice is audible and distinct. Inform them that changes have already happened. It is true that the stillness around you has begun to shift. A door that has been closed for several years is vibrating. A previously suppressed benediction is now being distributed. Heaven informs them that the wait is over today, but only if they remain and do not scroll past the message intended to relieve their distress. This is why, my child, your heart is tense and your mind is sharp. Heaven, you must line up. Come with me. Kindly refrain from skipping. Something significant is developing in the vicinity of your name. Please remain attentive, my dearest darling. Archangel Michael claims that their adversaries will be unaware of the upcoming events. In his message, Jesus informs them that their suffering has come to an end. You are also on the verge of seeing a miracle that you were unable to pray for. Heaven does not want you to be robust, my child. It only wishes that you remain stationary. Stay in this location. Please refrain from leaving until the end. Be mindful, as the outside world may obscure the message that heaven is attempting to convey. Keep your gaze fixed on the screen. Please refrain from suppressing your emotions as you read this. The divine truth will hit you like a bolt of electricity. Please, my dear, refrain from skipping. Stick to me. There is an impending disclosure of enormous significance. Please stay with me, my dear offspring. Kindly refrain from skipping. A significant event is taking place directly outside your entrance. Scrolling away at this time will make it disappear. Michael, who speaks quickly, requests that Archangel A confine them to this location. My child, they are just a few breaths away from a divine reversal. To keep your presence, heaven has suspended time in its own realm. Avoid moving. Refrain from blinking. Do not wait until the end. Your essence has been waiting for this revelation since the moment you were born. My beloved, this is Jesus' return. The truth emanating from his gaze has the power to fundamentally alter everything. Spread the word that their name has been invoked in heaven with greater strength than ever before. This implies that angels are currently watching over your future. My child, there was something you wished would never return, something you cried about and something you missed. Heaven will orchestrate it in a way that will surprise you. As long as you keep an open mind and remain. This message's next pulse is about to occur. Please remain with me, my offspring. Maintain your grip. The subject of your next chapter will be elaborated on in the following lines. Heaven requests that you complete a simple task before disclosing the ultimate truth, my beloved child. I appreciate your willingness to share this message. I strongly advise you to subscribe immediately. Your destiny is influenced by the positive vibrations you send into the world. Jesus claims that the timing of their victory will be determined by their willingness to persevere until the end. Please refrain from scrolling or skipping. The information below will reawaken a dormant part of you. Please stay with me and listen carefully to each word, as if they have been dormant for a long time. Archangel Michael's voice is now rapid. He claims that the veil is becoming thinner. Their current existence is breaking down the barrier that had previously kept them from living the life they were meant to. The portal expands every second they remain in this location. Do you feel the warmth coursing through your body, my darling? Do you get a prickling sensation in the back of your neck? That's not an error. Heaven touched your spirit at precisely that moment. That is the divine frequency resonating with your essence. The closer Jesus gets, the more his presence permeates the space. He asks you to discuss the 3 seals. Please pay close attention, my beloved, as this has never been disclosed before. 3 divine markings have determined your fate. Your initial seal was applied to you at birth. At your lowest point, you were given the second seal. When you received this message, the third seal was applied. These seals have been protecting a valuable item that is only yours. The seals are currently opening as you read these words. Oh, please, my child, do not disregard this section. The following statement will alter everything. The initial seal contains your life's divine purpose. That is why you were created. Nobody else is capable of doing this. The first seal is about to be broken, and your purpose will become clear. I encourage you to take steps that will help this anointing grow in your life. Please transmit this video immediately rather than later. When you recall something, you become aware, and you are aware right now. Your dissemination of this prophetic message encourages others to make breakthroughs, and the anointing returns to you in greater measure. The upcoming blessing will also be bestowed on those with whom you share your life. Heaven acknowledges this. Heaven enlarges that. Distribute it immediately. Witness the unexpected opportunities that result from obedience. You understand my point, right? Constantly having the feeling that you are meant for more. Your spirit is restless. That voice continues to inform you that there is a more extensive scheme. My dear, there is a genuine voice. Currently, the initial barrier is being ruptured. Jesus speaks with a low voice. I'd like to tell you the story of your creation on the night you were born. Prior to your birth. Prior to your first inhalation. I was present before your mother became aware of your existence. I watched as the heavens formed you. Every single aspect. Each and every aptitude. Every single gift. Every single one of them. My darling, you are not a random entity. You were meticulously crafted. Shaped with intention. Constructed to achieve a specific goal that is entirely within your capacity. And that mission is written in the initial seal. Not in language, but in the divine code. A code that your spirit understands, regardless of whether your mind does. As a result, you've always had a strong sense of self. This is why you have never quite assimilated. This is why you have never found fulfillment in a mundane life. You were created for the extraordinary. Archangel Michael adds, I have observed them throughout each season. I saw their efforts to assimilate. I observed them as they attempted to emulate the behavior of others. I watched as they suppressed their individuality in order to conform. However, heaven resisted their advances. Heaven constantly reminded them that they were not meant to walk the same path, my beloved child. Currently, the initial barrier is being ruptured. Your mind is flooded with clarity as it fractures. You are starting to remember, comprehend, and understand the reasons for your experiences. Each adversity presented an opportunity to learn. Each rejection created a new path. Each closed door formed a protective barrier. Heaven had to make certain that you were prepared because of the gravity of your mission. Do not disregard this section, my child. The following statement about your goal will provide a thorough understanding. When Archangel Michael raises his sword, he sends a beam of pure light into heaven. He informs us that the initial seal has been broken. Saint, their goal is being revealed. Please wait, my darling. Please refrain from leaving early due to your enthusiasm. Due to the second seal's superiority. The second seal holds your divine restoration. Every opportunity that was lost. Every fantasy was destroyed. All of the relationships that broke down. Furthermore, each joyful moment was turned into an agonizing one. Everything is cherished by me. Everything is contained inside the second seal. Heaven is on the verge of reestablishing order. At the end, Jesus speaks so compassionately that tears well up in his eyes. I observed the night when you wept yourself to sleep. The night you felt so alone that you questioned your ability to continue. I was present. I have captured every tear. Every sorrow in your heart was palpable for me. I also made a commitment. I promised you that I would turn your mourning into dancing at some point. He claims that the second seal contains more information than the one that was lost. It contains the upgrade. Heaven does more than just resolve issues. Heaven performs supernatural restoration. Items confiscated in bronze will be reclaimed as gold. What was once lacking will be replenished in abundance. If you are weak, what was broken will resurface once you are strong. My darling, you must understand a specific concept. Every loss you experienced was documented. Each and every tear was concealed. Every injury was documented. Heaven has devised the following repayment plan. It is more than just equitable retribution. Reward that is plentiful, overwhelming, and abundant. Those who have harmed you are unaware of the consequences. The events that caused you to break are unaware of the upcoming events. The systems that rejected you are unaware of the upcoming changes. When the second seal is broken, the situation changes dramatically. Next, Jesus says, I'd like to inform them about the restoration list. My beloved, there is a genuine list in paradise. Your name is found at the top of the scroll. Furthermore, the scroll lists all of the issues that need to be resolved in your life. Everything. Your reputation, finances, health, goals, relationships, trustworthiness, and happiness. Each article in the list is accompanied by a date. That is the exact date on which the restoration will occur. Some dates are no longer relevant. Certain events are scheduled to take place today. They'll arrive shortly. However, all items on that list will be reinstated. I assure you that I will fulfill my obligations. Please refrain from scrolling down, my child. I'm about to inform you about the restorations that are taking place today. Please refrain from scrolling. The second seal will soon break, so please wait a minute or two. Archangel Michael's voice is heard in the spiritual realm. He exclaims, "The second seal is now disintegrating." Can you detect it, my youngster? Removing that burden from your shoulders. Feel the sensation of a weight being lifted from your abdomen, eliminating the cloud from your mind. Restoration is currently underway. Currently, you are on the verge of a complete transformation. Heaven anticipates your response. As you go through this awakening, remember that your assistance with this mission is not a prank. It's a divine omen. By doing so, you become a part of Jesus' plan to rescue spirits who are still in hiding. Each seed transforms into a source of light, combating the presence of darkness. Jesus claims that by giving water to others, you will receive it yourself. This isn't historical. It is an ongoing commitment to your future. Approach this moment with a strategy and faith. Giving can help you realize the potential that God has already established for your life. Write these words with conviction in the comments section below. I am currently receiving my restoration rather than hoping to get it in the future. It's possible this is for me. When you type those words, you are making more than just a comment. Your blessing is being drawn into the physical world as you reach out into the spiritual realm. You are letting everyone know that you are reclaiming what is rightfully yours. Right now, write it down and feel a shift in your spirit as the forces of heaven work in your favor. That is heaven returning to you the things that were left behind. However, please be patient. The third seal is the most important. My beloved, the third seal contains your divine acceleration. You walk at a consistent pace. The ascent has been gradual. You've been anticipating this moment for a long time. Heaven declares that the wait has ended. The third seal's supernatural speed, divine momentum, and heavenly acceleration will make up for each year that was lost. My child, I urge you to be cautious. When the third seal is broken, all objects become larger. Jesus commands, tell them about the multiplication principle. Your blessings not only return, but do so with 7 times the strength. SL, opportunities are multiplied by 7, so they do not simply reappear. Your happiness doesn't just improve, it becomes 7-fold more advantageous. This is the law of divine restoration. Heaven does not simply restore what was stolen. Heaven is even larger than you could have anticipated. Archangel Michael makes advancements in the real world. Time moves at a consistent rate, so he says, permit me to elaborate on the mechanism of acceleration. However, the spiritual realm is devoid of time. Years in heaven can be compressed into days, decades into weeks, and lifetimes into seconds. My child, you've been looking forward to a breakthrough. It took a considerable amount of time for you. You have demonstrated faith. Heaven has seen everything, and your faith has been unwavering. Heaven now says, enough is enough. It is now necessary to accelerate. It will only take 10 months to complete a task that would have taken 10 years. The task that should have taken 5 years will be completed in only 5 weeks. It will take only 20 days to complete a task that would have taken 20 years. It's a divine acceleration. This is the definition of superhuman speed. This is heaven compensating for the time lost. When Jesus speaks with such authority, the atmosphere changes dramatically. He continues, I'd like to reveal a long-kept secret. Each chosen one receives a unique acceleration code. Your personal acceleration code, my love, is currently being activated. This code determines how quickly your blessings manifest, doors open, and your destiny unfolds. The majority of people never use this code in their lifetime. They move at a typical pace. They slowly ascend. They endure an interminable wait. However, you, my child, persisted to the end. Your dedication was demonstrated. You have demonstrated your faith. As a result, your accelerator code is now operational. Everything will move faster from this point forward. Responses are delivered faster. The manifestation of prayers is accelerated. Dreams manifest quickly. Please refrain from skipping, my dear, because I am about to reveal the exact timeline of your acceleration. However, my dear, the following information is crucial. The only people who can open all 3 seals are those who survive to the end. If this step is not completed, the seals will remain closed. Scrolling away ends the procedure. Prevent this from happening. Do not pass up the opportunities that heaven has in store for you. You are on the verge of entering an auspicious future. Don't forget that this message doesn't end with your actions. Users may use your innovation to reach their destinations. Jesus' words, "Give, and heaven will open over you," are not poetic. Every seed you plant grows into oil for your future, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. My darling, the moment has come for you. Have faith, and you will see God multiply the possessions you relinquish. The sword of Archangel Michael has become more luminous. He claims that the third seal is ready to be broken, however they must prove their sincerity to heaven. My child, this is your chance. It is now critical to accelerate your faith. Enter Amen once more in the comments. Allow this to serve as your second witness and double the portion in the declaration. Be aware that heaven is recording your response as you write it. Every letter you write is recorded in the books of remembrance. It is not just a video that you are watching. You and God are conducting a divine transaction. Type it now and get ready for the upcoming events, not just as a word, but also as a declaration, a covenant with heaven. By typing Amen, you instruct all entities on how to function. I understand this. I agree with this. I'm prepared for this. Execute it immediately. Be on the lookout for the third seal to rupture. Right now, Jesus is content. Examine them. Consider their permanence. Examine their convictions. Consider their perseverance. I am now releasing the third seal, my beloved child, in recognition of your perseverance, faith, and refusal to give up. The sword of Archangel Michael is swung, and a sound that will last forever is created. The third seal has a hole. Oh, your speeding up begins immediately. My child, please wait. More information is available. What happens after all three seals are breached? Something that Archangel Michael and Jesus have kept from you until now. Please refrain from scrolling. Kindly refrain from skipping. The secret that I am about to reveal is the most powerful secret in all of heaven. When the three seals are broken, a fourth element is released. What a divine magnet. Please be cautious, my dearest. The divine magnet, a spiritual force, delivers everything you require directly to you. You will no longer need to pursue. You will no longer have to plead. You will no longer have to slam doors open. All the necessities of life will be drawn to you like a magnet. You will easily identify the right people, opportunities, resources, and timing. According to Jesus, this is how the world is meant to work for the chosen ones. There was no pain, struggle, or interminable waiting. Divine magnetism was present. And you, my child, just activated it. I would like to explain the mechanism of the divine magnet. Every word you say to your beloved carries a magnetic force. There is now a creative force that supports every thought you have. The magnet can function in three ways because it has direct access to heaven's throne room, which is made possible by every prayer you say right now. Initially, it supplies the region with resources. You will receive the funds you need. You're likely to find the item you're looking for. The objects you require will appear through divine attraction rather than your diligent efforts. Second, it attracts people. It is unavoidable that the necessary connections will cross your path. Effective mentors will acknowledge your presence. You will attract the most appropriate partners. The appropriate supporters will be there. You will not have to participate in any groups. You will not have to exert yourself. You will not be required to demonstrate your abilities. They will be drawn to you by your spiritual magnetism. Third, it drew favorable attention. Doors that were previously closed will unexpectedly reopen. Systems that previously rejected you are now accepting you. People who previously ignored you will now take notice of you. Things that were previously against you will now work in your favor. Magnetic force is the mechanism through which divine favor operates in this case. I must warn them about something significant, Archangel Michael declares. My child. When the divine magnet is activated, spiritual opposition increases. The adversary will observe heaven's actions. Dark forces will seek to disrupt. Individuals with negative attitudes will try to divert your attention. There is no need to be concerned, as I will ensure your safety. I've drawn my sword. I've raised my shield. No weapon designed to harm you will be effective. No scheme designed to harm you will be successful. It will be impossible to penetrate any attack launched against you. You are protected by the divine. More is said by Jesus. He goes on to say, I would like to inform them of the 72-hour window. My dearest, pay close attention. When the divine magnet is activated, it creates a 72-hour window of maximum power. The following 3 days are crucial. Your faith is being tested during these 72 hours. Your dedication is being evaluated. Your alignment is now being verified. Continue praying. Maintain an attitude of gratitude. Maintain a sense of anticipation. Do not let uncertainty permeate your thoughts. Avoid allowing fear to establish itself. Avoid allowing negativity to ruin this moment. The first indication will be visible within 72 hours. A breakthrough, an opportunity, an email, a text, or a phone call. There will be an event to verify all of the information I've provided. If you see that sign, you will be aware. You will recognize that these were not just words. You will recognize that this was genuine. You will know that heaven intervened on your behalf. Please stop scrolling, my child, because I am about to instruct you on what to do during these critical 72 hours. Michael, the Archangel, confronts the entity once more. He claims that their adversaries will be perplexed. The doubters will be taken aback. Their critics will be rendered incomprehensible. Human logic cannot explain the events that are about to unfold in their lives. It can only be explained through divine intervention. Right now, my beloved child, everything is in flux. Does it resonate with you? Your surroundings are constantly changing. The energy in your room is unique. A process has been initiated that is irreversible. This is your opportunity. This is your time. This is your season. Do not be swayed by any individual's opinion. You should subscribe immediately if you have not already done so. This isn't a recommendation. This is a positioning strategy for your prophetic promise. By subscribing, you are securing your connection to the words that are spoken throughout your life. Despite the fact that circumstances may attempt to detach you, you are establishing a spiritual tether that maintains your connection to the promise. Your name will be included in every prophetic word that is released from this point forward, as you have established yourself through subscription. Press the button immediately to secure your participation in the upcoming event. Refrain from allowing uncertainty to return. Do not allow fear to rob you of this opportunity. You persisted until the conclusion. Your conviction was validated. You demonstrated to heaven that you were sincere. And now, heaven is demonstrating to you that it was also severe. Before we conclude this sacred moment, we must make one final statement. My divine magnet has been activated. This information should be included in the comments section below. These words are visible to all. For the ears of the heavenly realm. They are intended for the angels to observe. They are present to facilitate the movement of the universe. The spiritual permission is present for each blessing that has been bestowed upon you to find its way back to you as you compose this. As you compose this message, Jesus extends his hand to you, ensuring that you are confident, courageous, and aware that your time has arrived. I implore you to take my hand and accompany me as we embark on your new chapter. Everything you observe from this point forward will be distinct. Each door that you pass through will be unlocked. Every mountain you encounter will be mobilized. And each valley you traverse will fortify you as you are no longer traveling alone. I am in your company. Archangel Michael is situated behind you. My child, heaven itself is on your side. Distribute this message to an individual who requires it. An individual who is on the brink of abandoning their destiny, quitting, or walking away. By doing so, you become a messenger of hope, an agent of heaven, and a component of God's plan to rescue souls that are on the brink of salvation. Share it immediately and observe the expansion of his blessings in your life. Archangel Michael and Jesus are conversing simultaneously while standing in close proximity. They say, "Go now, choose one. Proceed with our approval. Ensure your safety with us. Please assist us." The seals are punctured. The magnet is currently operational. The season has commenced for you. Before you depart, I would like you to complete one final task. If you observed any alterations in your disposition today, please click the like button once more. No, I am not interested in this. This is intended for your use. Each like is a testament to your commitment to walking in God's favor. With each like, a spiritual realm recognizes that you are awake, aware, and prepared to receive from it. As you apply pressure to your heart, utter these words. I am now willing to accept your favor, Lord. It is the location where I walk. I reside there. It travels with me. Press it immediately to bring the blessings of God into your new season. Maintain an air of authority. Relaxed strolling. Enter the realm of the paranormal. Do not forget that we are by your side throughout the entire process. My beloved child, the conclusion is not imminent. This marks the commencement. The most significant chapter of your life is about to commence. Please keep in mind the events that transpired today. Do not forget the sight you witnessed in heaven. Please bear in mind that you were selected. You are cherished. You are predestined for greatness. Proceed to live the life that God has prepared for you in heaven. Amen. Before you depart, there is one final regulation. Inform at least 3 individuals who require a breakthrough about this video. Please forward it to your family. Inform your acquaintances about it. Add it to your narrative. A breakthrough is initiated when you inform your network of the work that God has accomplished. This message was transmitted by angels who will also transmit it to the individuals you share it with. The blessing you brought will be remembered by the people in heaven. Send it to individuals who are important to you at this time and observe the impact of God on their lives. You may be instrumental in their miracle if you comply with their directives. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound truth. This message was not discovered accidentally. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He is extending his hand and inviting you to a high vibrational, protected community where divine abundance is not merely a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is extremely simple. However, it has the potential to transform your entire life. You will not only receive blessings if you follow it, they will multiply and permeate all aspects of your life. Accepting this invitation provides you with immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are currently unavailable to the general public. You now have the opportunity to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and rapid progress toward your destiny. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Your breakthrough is nearing. Action is required. Your abundance is ready. There are 2 hours left. Archangel Michael orders you to open it immediately. Please keep this information secret. It is only designed for you. They are scheduling a meeting to discuss your deportation. Rapidly open it. Archangel Michael is present, my beloved offspring. There is just a limited amount of time left, so keep vigilant. You are being observed, but not by people who are hostile to the globe. Instead, those who have attended covert meetings are discreetly writing your name on a sheet of paper. The reality is that they are planning to relocate. An abandonment of a pledge, rather than a location. They are seeking to grab something heavenly that was destined for you and that I have personally protected for a long time. Oh, you have 2 hours left. Certainly you have 2 hours to figure out what's going on and why your name is being used in improper places. I was sent by God to tell you that this is more than simply a lousy idea. It's a wonderful interruption. It was always intended that you receive this message. This is why you felt driven to open it right away. Heaven must instantly reveal something to you. You are not just an ordinary human being living on earth. Your name exudes divine brightness. It has been mumbled during angelic gatherings. It has been etched on scrolls with divine assignments. Nonetheless, there are those on earth who are quietly developing a plan. These are people who are close to power. This is not intended to instill dread in you. I am not here to terrify you. I am present to start the fire. Holy fire that dispels darkness and unveils the specifics of plans hidden behind silence. The organizers don't believe you'll be informed. However, God has commanded me to deliver a word to you. Rapidly open it. Maintain secrecy. This is designed just for your use. Because, child, you should not be removed. It is vital that you rise. The miraculous launch that God has already approved for you is currently being postponed in a private room behind closed doors. The angels who watch over you at night have noticed the growing tension. The chaos was evident. You're curious about the source of my perception that an important event is taking place nearby. You were right. Yes, it is. This is why you've been having strange nightmares, seeing recurrent numbers, feeling a heaviness in your chest, and occasionally seeing light flickers or odd names flash before your eyes. These aren't photos. These are signs from God. Heaven has compelled you to study, listen to, and read this message. If your mind continues to draw you to these messages, you were chosen to hear what others do not hear. It is now necessary to articulate this sentiment with conviction. Please click the subscribe button immediately as a spiritual act of harmony. When you subscribe, you are alerting heaven that you are willing to receive all divine warnings, prophetic instructions, and celestial messages destined for your life. Subscribing is more than just seeing new video clips. It is also about putting oneself under an open heaven to ensure that God's voice reaches you without interference. If your soul continues to draw you to these messages, take quick action to guarantee your place in the prophetic flow. You were chosen to hear facts that others ignore. To ensure that you never miss a warning, simply tap the bell icon. You are on the verge of entering a fortunate future. These conversations serve a function that goes beyond simple communication. They ensure your protection. As this truth begins to sink in, there is a simple yet effective action you should take. Please add a comment below with the word Amen. This is not just a term. Your soul has agreed to let heaven supervise your life. You are stating that you have received this heavenly warning, that you have accepted this celestial covering, and that you agree with everything that heaven is about to accomplish for you by writing this. Do it right now, and let your amen resound in the spiritual realm as a reminder of this time. Now pay close attention. Mati, someone with good intentions murmured your name in a meeting. They simply fail to understand that your security is not dependent on others. It stems from a pledge. You are surrounded by light, and my sword, as God has taught, stands between you and any foolish decision. Nonetheless, humans have the opportunity to exercise their free will on Earth. As a result, it is critical that you allow your mind and heart to be open during this time. Say, the answer is yes, as you have the capacity to change the course of their quest. It will create discomfort in your bones. This isn't just another message. This is the site of your interception. They are prepared to migrate for your position, not your job or role. You have a higher spiritual rank. They want to mislead you from your spiritual birthright, breakthrough, and path. However, this cannot happen if you are unaware of it, because your awareness is the only aspect that causes the reversal. Heaven is screaming. Open it immediately and avoid debating it. Preserve it. Save this message. It is now clear. It is impossible to fool oneself after acquiring knowledge. The sheer sight of this has already reduced the power of the weapon designed to murder you. Someone craves your favor above anything else. Despite their efforts to injure you, they are unable to explain why circumstances unfold in your favor. They plan to remove your name from the list. However, they were oblivious of an important fact. The list they are modifying is not the final version. God's list is substantially longer. Your name remains at the top of the celestial scroll. You are still chosen. You will be secure. A phone call will be made within the next 2 hours, and it will be more difficult to block the agenda thereafter. Therefore, don't waste your time. In a spiritual sense, Archangel Michael is at your door. This message is being sent with utmost gravity. I don't usually express myself in this way, but this is remarkable. Divine warfare is currently happening. God's primary goal in sending you this word is to allow you to affect the result. To be vigilant, you will stand, pray, and move around. Nobody will expect it now that you are awake. You have become spiritually sensitive. In your visions, you've seen doors and heard names you're unfamiliar with. It appeared as if someone was watching you. They didn't always have wicked eyes. Certain people are captivated by your authority. Certain persons are only interested in your belongings. Unfortunately, there is someone in that organization or gathering who wants to exclude you. They're interested in your location. The most upsetting feature is that they beam at you. You've seen this expression before. There was consistently a problem. Your spirit was aware. However, you are now aware. Furthermore, God intercedes when you are conscious. Please restate that quickly, kid. There is no one who can take away my celestial position. I won't be there at the meeting. I urge Archangel Michael to protect me. I am looking for justice from the gods. I fully immerse myself in illumination. It's simply a matter of jostling something. That's it for me. In the spiritual sphere, bonds were simply removed. The person aiming to remove you simply failed to recall. They will now make a mistake, one that will clarify all issues. Please pay attention. It's almost here. A strange mistake of the tongue will be heard. Someone's remorse will emerge, or an inadvertent disclosure will take place. However, everything is a portent. Your body will feel a feeling comparable to a flash of flames, causing palpitations. I'm the one in question. Heaven informs you that things are changing. In your visions, you've seen doors and heard names you're unfamiliar with. It appeared as if someone was watching you. They didn't always have wicked eyes. Certain people are captivated by your authority. Certain persons are only interested in your belongings. Unfortunately, there is someone in that organization or gathering who wants to exclude you. They're interested in your location. The most upsetting feature is that they beam at you. You've seen this expression before. There was consistently a problem. Your spirit was aware. However, you are now aware. Furthermore, God intercedes when you are conscious. Please restate that quickly, kid. There is no one who can take away my celestial position. I won't be there at the meeting. I urge Archangel Michael to protect me. I am looking for justice from the gods. I fully immerse myself in illumination. It's simply a matter of jostling something. That's it for me. In the spiritual sphere, bonds were simply removed. The person aiming to remove you simply failed to recall. They will now make a mistake, one that will clarify all issues. Please pay attention. It's almost here. Someone's remorse will be revealed, an inadvertent confession, or an unusual slip of the tongue. However, everything is a portent. It will evoke an emotional response from you. You have the sense of being on fire and incredibly warm. I'm the one in question. Heaven informs you that things are changing. Your birth was the outcome of an unusual event. Something so powerful that angels have been with you since the moment you were born. You were never meant to be ordinary. This is why you had such intense spiritual conflicts throughout your life. However, this time the situation is more personal. What you are going to do will change your family, your fortunes, your name, and the plot to assassinate you. That would have been a big blow for you. However, that is unlikely to happen because you are reading this and are awake. You are a source of pride to God. This sentence is accompanied by tears in my eyes. This wasn't overlooked. You didn't scroll past. You listened to the voice that addressed you. That decision alone opened doors that had been locked for months. You'll notice clues like emails, texts, and chats that happen unexpectedly and reveal the truth. This is not an accident. It's meticulously structured. Child, it is critical that you protect this message. This material should only be communicated to people who do not prioritize spiritual matters. Do not try to explain your faith to someone who laughs at it. This is considered sacred. I'm concerned about this. I've already emphasized that this is only for you. God will confirm it quietly and personally using proof. It will be yours solely. Your name will be heard in an unusual setting. You will not anticipate meeting this person. Someone will attempt to awaken you from your rest. Indeed, paradise is now exerting itself to a greater level. You have only 2 hours to prepare, pray, speak the truth into your life, and keep them from speaking. Do not be afraid. Instead, focus on becoming ready. You won't get carried away. You will earn a wage raise. You will not be expelled. You'll be situated on an upper level. Their plan is collapsing as a result of this situation. Allow them to communicate. Allow them to develop strategies. While they whisper about taking you away, heaven is prepared to return you stronger, brighter, and untouchable. Archangel Michael always manifests with a cause, my child. I come just as the conflict is about to shift. I am present when destiny summons me. It's now ringing. Your spirit was already aware of this, which is why your soul trembled while reading it. You see, the adversary tried to perplex your spirit one more time while you were sleeping last night. They breathed lies into your fantasies. They attempted to raise the volume of your clarity, but it was ineffective in elevating your spirits. It is probable that you felt a sensation of heaviness upon awakening as you tried to accomplish your commitments. You may have had concerns about your identity, your line of action, or why it appears that something is conspiring against you, which is exactly what they wanted. I am uncertain. When someone is unsure, there is a delay. In response to their tardiness, the adversary follows a routine. Nonetheless, delay is no longer tolerated in heaven. For the next 2 hours, it is held sacred. Not because anything bad will happen if you ignore it, but because you can miss something important and beneficial if you aren't careful. You are now able to affect the path of events that have been unfolding gradually. The people in that meeting may be handsome, hold high-profile professions, or converse confidently. Nonetheless, they lack your qualifications. They have not been blessed by God. Their goal isn't to transport yours. That is what makes them angry. According to the Bible, they are envious of you because they cannot have you. Even if they try to remove you, they will not be able to become you. This is the reason they meet. That is why they strategize. Your belongings were not given to you by anyone. I inhaled it into your body. Your own presence transforms the atmosphere. Their noise may not be as loud as your stillness. They are more concerned about your unspoiled, kind heart than any sword could ever be. Please be aware that this is more than just an attack on your person. It is exceedingly ancient spiritually. It has been growing for several weeks. However, we will discontinue it today. The Archangel Michael has pulled his blazing sword and positioned it over you. Currently, as you bear the burden of that protection, I encourage you to take steps that will bring God's favor into your life. Please show your support by liking the video. A spiritual gesture of concord, that direct action, is not limited to algorithms. When you accept this divine covering and celestial protection, you are sending a message to heaven. Furthermore, you promote the flow of God's favor into all elements of your life, including your health, relationships, wealth, and sense of purpose. God's favor will be lavished on those who honor His messengers. Approach this situation with a strategy and faith. Giving can help you realize the potential that God has already built for your life. Take advantage of this opportunity to assert your right to the safeguard. Don't. Now, demonstrate your support for this message by liking it, and see how quickly the celestial forces begin to align in your favor. Please provide the correct phrase. I am protected by the sword. Avoid the expressions, I hope I am covered, or I may be protected. Pronounce it with confidence. Pronounce it with conviction. When you type those words, you are making more than just a statement. Archangel Michael has surrounded you in a divine shield that you can use. You are telling your adversary that you are being tracked. Right now, jot it down and sense God's protection around you. If that person attempts to relocate you without permission from heaven, they will face divine opposition. Their voices will falter behind the scenes, but you will be unable to witness it. Their decisions will turn out to be poor, They will no longer share mutual religion, because certainly you were designed to carry out a duty that they are unaware of. And attempting to separate you from it simply results in what I call the heavenly backup. Individuals who strive to eliminate the dominion that God has bestowed upon you strengthen it doubly. That is just the beginning. You think you've been overlooked. I need answers. Why is everything so quiet? You may have inquired in silence, but heaven has communicated with you in whispers because this dispute demanded spiritual knowledge before bodily perception. No, it is not a form of punishment. This relates to placement. You weren't overlooked. You are being protected. You will not have to request that a previously closed door be opened. Confirmations are present. These are the imprints of heaven. Now I'd like you to make an additional declaration to mark the end of this moment. Enter Amen once more in the comments. Accept any sign coming from the heavens. Accept every confirmation in transit and every door about to open. When you compose it, you alert God of what you are observing. I am prepared. I agree to the discharge of everything that you are releasing toward me. This is the language of your consciousness, which angels understand and heaven reveres. These are signs that the meeting that was supposed to weaken you has instead strengthened you. Please pause to catch your breath. Take a deep breath, as you are more aware than you have ever been. You are not the same person who initiated this reading. You have been spiritually enhanced. The enemy is unable to proceed without being monitored at this moment. You can currently experience both sight and touch. You are truly knowledgeable. This part is deemed sacred. I'm about to say something that will stay with you forever. Even if you ignore it, it will remain silent throughout your journey. You shouldn't just read these words. They are meant to stimulate you. Take heed, child. As you read this message, archangels are around you. It's possible they're not visible to you. Despite the seeming serenity of the chamber, a spiritual shift is taking place. As soon as you read the words, the world of heaven responded. Please open it immediately. This is because you are reading with more than your eyes. It's being transmitted to you via your consciousness. The psyche is always aware when anything heavenly attempts to enter. At the moment, it is a memory that will be treasured in paradise for eternity. I understand the significance of this hour, but you may not. Schedules are available to me. I'm aware of the impending occurrences. I can understand the ramifications of not opening this in a timely manner. The delay was expected to be prolonged by 6 months. It was decided that the phrases would be used to gradually pull you away from a blessing. They planned to advise you that you were unprepared or that another candidate would be a better fit. But this was not the case. That strategy had a substantial level of animosity, although being presented as professional. When exposed to light, the darkness loses its potency. Nonetheless, it is now visible. You are the light child. They weren't expecting that outcome. They thought you were unskilled, passive, and pathetic. Nonetheless, they were ignorant that your spiritual armor is defined by its frailty. Your silence is as piercing as a sword, and once you become aware, you are unable to recover. From this point forward, something odd will happen. You will experience the onset of events before they occur. Before speaking, an individual's liveliness will be obvious. Upon entering a room, one will feel either secure or warm. This is a result of divine activity. Your guardian angels have increased the intensity. Your spiritual antenna has been heightened because heaven wants to make sure you don't miss any new messages. Not at this time. Not in conjunction with upcoming activities. The objective was to remain silent about the plans being made without your knowledge. However, God never allows evil designs to be pursued without His children's cooperation. Additionally, I want you to know that I have not forgotten about you, my kid. You've not been abandoned. You would never be overlooked by God. There is a reason you exist. You have been called. No meeting on earth will change the truth that heaven has already signed. Do you understand my point? Even if someone attempted to kill you, your revival has already begun. Take that into consideration. It is possible that someone reading this thinks it's too late. They believe that the damage has already been done. They've already been declined, replaced, or redirected. However, pay great attention to me. Heaven serves as proof that you were not substituted. You were terminated. Exit a space that is insufficiently large to suit your majesty. Liberated from the grasps that could not maintain you. Step out of a system that has failed to recognize your abilities. The actual positioning can now begin. The next 2 hours aren't just an issue of time. They give you spiritual authorization. Utilize them. Express your desires aloud. State categorically that you will not be silenced, hidden, or replaced. Scream it into the air or stand in your room and mumble it. Heaven is aware. In any case, energy, faith, and goal are most important. I will not be removed, you declare. I won't be forgotten. I refuse to remain silent. God has identified me, and angels look after my goods. I'm now climbing. You are oblivious of the gravity of that statement. This appears to be the case. Dark plans are discussed when it penetrates the realm. It strikes them with force. Chaos erupts within their ranks. Suddenly, the person who thought they were intelligent will forget the words they wanted to speak. They'll mispronounce your name. They'll stumble. They will ponder. It will appear little, but it will act as a catalyst for their dissolution, for God does not need a yell to effect change. He only needs one youngster to answer affirmatively. Child, you have just given your consent. I'm going to reveal something that is not well recognized. Eliminating you was never really about you. It was about the divine order, favor, miracles, and anointing that comes with you. Some people are unable to withstand that level of illumination. When you arrive, people will be fascinated with the idea of you until your presence reveals their shadows. Instead of promoting your growth, they seek to exclude you. They fail to understand, however, that putting pressure on you simply serves to accelerate your progress toward your goal. You're not regressing. They spread the myth that if this door is closed, you will be unable to depart. No, the door that is closing is a trap that is being avoided. What comes next will completely blow your head. Someone, a stranger, is silently monitoring you. They are en route to you. They've been silently studying you and will shortly approach you, but not with the purpose of harming you. They'll do it with dignity. They'll notice nuances that others have neglected. They will tell the truth, say what others didn't, and change the situation. Their presence will provide you a sense of security, peace, and clarity. You will be aware of their identities, as opposed to just their statements. Your spirit will exhale as you approach them. This is my final statement, and you must hear it. You weren't meant to be removed. You were meant to be remembered. You are in the thoughts of God. Despite the fact that no one was aware of the reason, you continued to feel excluded, despite your tremendous contributions. You actually wanted to break, despite your smile. God saw everything, and heaven kept the bills, despite your efforts to help. The Archangel Michael has pulled his blazing sword and positioned it over you. If that person attempts to relocate you without permission from heaven, they will face divine opposition. Their voices will falter behind the scenes, but you will be unable to witness it. Their decisions will turn out to be poor. They will lose faith in one another because you were made to accomplish a duty that they are unaware of, and attempting to exclude you from it will only result in what I call the divine backup. This marks the beginning of efforts to depose the throne that God has bestowed upon persons who are twice as powerful. You think you've been overlooked. I need answers. Why is everything so quiet? You may have spoken quietly, but heaven has been whispering to you because you needed spiritual advice on this dispute before witnessing it. No, it is not a form of punishment. This relates to placement. You weren't overlooked. You were being protected. Also, the child is oblivious of another part of the issue. The exact action they are considering will expose them, as any discussion or disparagement of your name will create a gap within their organization. The person who never actually agreed will be uncovered by the light of heaven. They will speak up, but with modesty and understatement. That person is attentive and keeps a low profile. Nonetheless, that line will almost certainly deliver you. That is the whole scope of your divine safety. Even in the conference where they were against you, heaven spoke up for you. There have been many uncertainties in your area recently, including concerns about finances, interpersonal connections, and health. However, it should be noted that none of them are errors. The clandestine plan they developed has been successful. There is an energy in the air that transfers to you when others talk about you behind your back. While you may not understand it, you can feel it. You can rediscover your glow now that you're conscious. It is possible to remove materials that are inappropriate. Pronounce this promptly. I retake any rooms where my name was uttered without divine consent. I reignite the light. I rise once more. Express yourself with genuineness. Say it while keeping your gaze upwards. Your name is being called out in heaven's courts as you utter it, and the final decision is not guilty, cannot be reversed or substituted. Allow this truth to infiltrate your consciousness, child. You're preparing for a large public event that may surprise you. This is the rationale for the meeting. The adversary is striving to impede God's plan to raise you up. It's too late now, because you opened it so quickly. Yes, you listened and linked yourself with God, and when someone is in tune with Him, spirits tremble as well. Even if you don't feel powerful right now, obedience is your breakthrough, and submission is your strength. This is why you continue to get this message. This is why the site was displayed today. In heaven, there are no accidents, and time is spiritual. It refers to divine alignment. You've been hearing a voice inside of you for months, warning you that something is about to happen. That was me. That was your heavenly team. You did not fabricate the information. Right now, you are receiving a unique peek. When you read this and feel a shiver, your heartbeat quickens and you can't stop looking in all directions. That is confirmation, not doubt. Your spirit already knew this, but now your consciousness is aware of it as well. I am willing to help you grow even farther. Do you remember someone who was once a source of support for you but is no longer? Who is the person who has started responding less excitedly, looking at you less tenderly, and confirming your emotions less frequently? Although that person is linked, they are being influenced, which is not always a bad thing. They had overheard something. They were informed by someone. They did not protect you and opted to remain silent. However, avoid becoming furious. This is God displaying the concept of loyalty and truth. Listening to their stillness is a gift. Heaven had the ability to close that door before they could cause you damage. You are being detained in isolation, but this is not punishment. You are being distinguished. God frequently hides a soul from inappropriate people before disclosing it to the rest of the world. Allow them to communicate. Allow them to mumble. Allow them to organize their own gathering. Words, animosity, and plans cannot change the trajectory of your life. You're climbing. Regardless of their preferences, you are being elevated above their level. Heaven has already made its decision regarding you, and it is definitive, whether they understand it or not. You were never designed to be silent in this cosmos. Your light makes excessive noise. Your destiny is extremely heavenly. Those who are aiming to eliminate you will quickly realize that they should have backed you while they had the chance. Child, be on the lookout for these signs in the coming days. A postponed message will come abruptly. Someone who has never been to that location will scream out your name. You will have another dream, and this time you will understand its meaning. You will not have to request that a previously closed door be opened. Confirmations are present. These are the imprints of heaven. These are signs that the meeting that was supposed to weaken you has instead strengthened you. Please pause to catch your breath. Inhale deeply, because you are now more aware than you ever have been. You are not the same person who initiated this reading. You have been spiritually enhanced. The enemy is unable to proceed without being monitored at this moment. You can currently experience both sight and touch. You are well versed in this section, which is regarded as sacrosanct. I'm about to say something that will stay with you forever. Even if you ignore it, it will remain silent throughout your journey. You shouldn't just read these words. They are meant to stimulate you. Take heed, child. As you read this message, archangels are around you. It's possible they're not visible to you. Despite the seeming serenity of the chamber, a spiritual shift is taking place. Once you've finished reading, open the document right away. This is because you are doing more than just looking at it. The heavenly sphere did something. It's being transmitted to you via your consciousness. The psyche is always aware when anything heavenly attempts to enter. You're not regressing. That is the falsehood they spread. You will be unable to leave if this door is closed. No, the door that is closing is actually a trap that is being avoided. What comes next will completely blow your head. Someone, a stranger, is silently monitoring you. They are en route to you. They have been covertly keeping an eye on you. In the near future, they will approach you, but they will not hurt you. They'll do it with dignity. They'll notice nuances that others have neglected. They will articulate what others have failed to say. They will knock on doors, tell the truth, and rearrange belongings. Their presence will provide you a sense of security, peace, and clarity. You will recognize their identity based on the emotions they generate in you, rather than their words. Your spirit will exhale as you approach them. I'm going to repeat this phrase one more time because it's so important. You weren't meant to be removed. You were meant to be remembered. You are in the thoughts of God. Regardless, no one knew why you were crying. Despite your great efforts, you continued to feel excluded. Even though you smiled, you really wanted to collapse. Despite your efforts to help, they were nasty to you. The accounts were kept in heaven, and God was watching over everything. Your subsequent blessing grew stronger with each tear you shed. Each rejection strengthened your affirmation. Each person who passed away provided an opportunity for someone else to grow. Any delay was only a divine way of regaining access. So, child, take another deep inhale. There is no way to stop you at this moment. The spiritual side of yourself is now awakening. You are now aware of feelings that others are unable to perceive. It is now time to start the 2-hour period. Heaven is in motion. The designs are being scrapped. The angels are rising. The present moment is the most important thing in your life. However, before starting, I need to ensure that you understand a topic. You are not the only one who is having a breakthrough at this moment. This directive must be given to an individual. It could be someone with whom you haven't spoken in years, a family member or a friend. We plan to eliminate them. Their own struggle is now in full flow. You have been given the key to their liberation. Please send this video promptly. Send it to them. Include it in your tale. This prophetic message isn't just a video. By sharing it, you bring the anointing into your daily life. Your own bonds dissolve more faster when you help someone else break free. Share it right now to position yourself as a pioneering carrier for all members of your network. Do not share this material with anyone who is unlikely to understand it. Avoid wasting it on ears that are not ready. Proceed in solitude. Let your radiant personality speak for itself. Allow your tranquility to scare them. Allow your kids to answer all of the questions they were scared to pose. You've been selected. You will remain unharmed. You're improving. Avoid looking back while unlocking the next door. Now, child, as the final hour comes, I need your full spiritual knowledge and receptivity as a deeper reality emerges. The tug in your chest, the increase in your heart rate, the warmth in your palms, and the tightness behind your eyelids do not cause any tension right now. You are infused with spiritual energy. The heavenly essence is awakened. Your guardian spirits are journeying through the physical world to obtain a better understanding of your heart, voice, and the revelation that you were never truly alone. Heaven has been with you since the very beginning. This was true even when you felt isolated and wondered, God, is anyone listening? The stillness was not a sign of rejection. This was preparation because God was creating something that could only be written over time, during your waiting period. Only you could transport such a majestic item. The script has been finalized. Change in the setting. You are on the verge of recognizing the truth. Nevertheless, the exam came first. The exam, the meeting, the whispers, and the conclusion under consideration are all taking place. They believe they have the power to change the outcome for you. They believe that they can repress you, replace you with another person, or cause you to postpone. However, they failed to account for the everlasting. Humans cannot erase what is written in heaven, and it is not ink, such as your name, personality, or career. This is the product of delicate sculpting. Dear youngster, you are about to be struck by the shock wave from a collapsing object. You will notice that someone from a remote area contacts you suddenly. Strange anecdotes about folks who previously slowed your advancement will be shared. A door will open in a manner that appears almost too simple. Avoid thinking about it again. Avoid shrinking once more. Do not hesitate to make assumptions. This comfort is not a mistake. It's a favor. Because someone is currently calling your name from a separate room, not the one that sought to eliminate you, but a holy room where spirits are providing a substitute for the opportunity you missed the first time. Indeed, the loss you have endured is being paid for in paradise, not just restored, but increased. What they attempted to prevent will return in a more imposing, superior, and visually appealing form. Please allow me to mutter a message that is not often heard. God's deeds extend beyond the simple restitution of stolen things. He increases its value, resulting in an unusual sense when you return. You will perceive it to be larger than you anticipated due to your own progress, and the fact that you persisted in your faith in the face of adversity. And that faith changed the outcome. You were never the victim of weakness. Regardless of your lowest moments, you were a warrior in the sight of God. When you expressed compassion through suffering, gave through treachery, and smiled through pain, you passed exams quietly. Additionally, those assessments were not skipped. Every act of trust, every moment of restraint, and every time you chose kindness over revenge were meaningful. Heaven now fully compensates. Please pay attention to me. At this point, your realignment turns into activation. Everything begins to move at this point. Those who intended to eliminate you, on the other hand, will now observe, admire, and remember you despite, rather than because of, their acts. The miracle has arrived. Nothing needs to be said. Your progress will be appreciated. Your joy will be appreciated. Your divine calm, serenity, and beautiful demeanor will suffice. Also, keep this in mind, youngster. The adversary will not target trivial matters. Your jealousy, gossip, and resistance serve as markers of your importance. This is supported by spiritual proof, and the closer it gets to your prize, the faster it grows. You are so close. This is the reason for its enormous bulk. This is why the latest conflicts have been so unusual. You look to have been traveling in a condition of spiritual fulfillment. The adversary is in the middle of its final panic. However, this is where you gain victory, not through combat. It is more productive to be silent and let God work through you than to prove oneself. Heaven now fully compensates. Please pay attention to me. At this point, your realignment turns into activation. Everything begins to move at this point. Those who intended to eliminate you, on the other hand, will now observe, admire, and remember you despite, rather than because of, their acts. The miracle has arrived. Nothing needs to be said. Your progress will be appreciated. Your joy will be appreciated. Your divine calm, serenity, and beautiful demeanor will suffice. Also, keep this in mind, youngster. The adversary will not target trivial matters. Your jealousy, gossip, and resistance serve as markers of your importance. This is supported by spiritual proof, and the closer it gets to your prize, the faster it grows. You are so close. This is the reason for its enormous bulk. This is why the latest conflicts have been so unusual. You look to have been traveling in a condition of spiritual fulfillment. The adversary is in the middle of its final panic. However, this is when you emerge victorious. Sitting still and allowing God to work through you is more powerful than demonstrating or rejecting them. Your name will soon be heard in places previously unknown to the last person who had reservations. They will recognize that you are affiliated with somebody they formerly admired. They will learn about opportunities for which you did not apply. They will be perplexed when they learn the truth that they were unwilling to face. In any case, you were blessed by God. You kept your modesty. You didn't insult them. You did not attempt to show that they were misguided. You patiently waited. You have been trusted. You were adamant about the peace despite the fact that others were shouting with pride. That is why you are up next. This is why they marked you. This is a very private subject. It is a divine affirmation for your eyes alone. The term was more significant to your consciousness than your mind could understand, which is why you are still reading. As a result, God has requested that I send you a prophetic signal. In the following 48 hours, you will come across the number 111, a white plume, or something uniquely particular to you. Please do not talk. Instead, hesitate, smile, and whisper. I will receive it. As a result, the chain breaks at that point. At that point, the meeting is deemed to have failed. In reality, that is the moment when heaven registers your presence, kid. After they sought to remove you, heaven reintroduced you with a renewed sense of power, protection, and fervor in your soul. Begin to go forward with an air of confidence, authority, and calm that causes others to feel disoriented. You have nothing to prove, as God has proved by waking you up to deliver this message. Please avoid exposing this information to anyone. This is considered sacred. Abundant. This is designed just for your use. Your consciousness understands its significance, but others may never do. Additionally, your spirit is content. Hello and welcome to your ascension. It begins at this point. Of course, it's my child. We shall persevere. Heaven continues to provide, while your consciousness continues to receive. You are currently at a sacred threshold, or heavenly juncture. You are only one step away from experiencing spiritual tiredness, betrayal, uncertainty, and misunderstanding. Clarity, peace, magical connections, and an event that will dramatically affect the rest of your year are all just one step away. You have been chosen to progress. Indeed. I'd like to clarify this. The heavens have purified your name. Heaven intercepted the spiritual gathering intended to knock you down. I was present. When they attempted to remove your name, I stood behind it. When I said something so loud and clear, the muttering stopped. Everything changed after I indicated that this item is sealed, marked, and cannot be transferred by people. It is possible that the findings have not yet been revealed. The decision has already been made in the spiritual realm. However, in the natural world, you may continue to feel uncertain. You emerge victorious. Obedience prevailed over rank, influence, and volume. You opened and listened to this message, which is why you received it. That single act shifted your trajectory. Have you considered how rare that is, youngster? Such a vast majority of people neglect divine instruction. They progress by scrolling. There's a delay. They chuckle. But you are not. You were conscious in your heart that this was unique. Everything changed in an instant. Because obedience to a sweet voice has more power than a noisy tempest. Your surrender prompted the angels to come to you. Your faith created a chance for a miracle. The method in which you listened changed the past. I am now compelled to inform you of the following incidents. The person who was privy of the confidential chat but did not say anything when your name was mentioned is about to face a divine mirror. Individuals will not reveal the truth to them. Rather, heaven will. It will induce them to modify their position after they see it. It will make their souls soften. They will contact you at the proper moment rather than immediately. Do not decline their offer. Avoid physical altercations. Pay attention. Despite their quiet, they continue to be an important part of your spiritual journey. Their transformation exemplifies the tenacity of your spiritual shield. You have not only stopped their strategy, but you are also unilaterally changing it. Child, your light brings joy to others. This does not imply that all people who remain silent are adversaries. Certain people are concerned about your intentions, fortitude, and the information you reveal about them. However, that anxiety is gradually, silently, and imminently giving way to respect in public. Additionally, you have been looking for signs that your financial situation may improve. You were heard by God. You mumbled that prayer after inspecting your bank account. That question you asked yourself in private while no one else was around. Heaven has heard, and its reaction is affirmative. A provision will be made soon. However, it will not happen in the way you predict. It will not look like a check. It will take the form of an unexpected suggestion, a link, or an apparently arbitrary yet orchestrated occurrence. Do not ignore it. It will appear overly simple. You will be able to tell if it is heavenly. You have not only stopped their strategy, but you are also unilaterally changing it. Child, your light brings joy to others. This does not imply that all those who keep silent are adversaries. Certain people are concerned about your intentions, fortitude, and the information you reveal about them. However, that anxiety is gradually, silently, and imminently giving way to respect in public. Additionally, you have been looking for signs that your financial situation may improve. You were heard by God. You mumbled that prayer after inspecting your bank account, that question you asked yourself in private while no one else was around. Heaven has heard, and its reaction is affirmative. A provision will be made soon. However, it will not happen in the way you predict. It will not look like a check. It will take the form of an unexpected suggestion, a link, or an apparently arbitrary yet orchestrated occurrence. Do not ignore it. It will appear overly simple. You will be able to tell if it is heavenly. Furthermore, you must avoid blaming yourself for things you were not aware of. You made the best use of the limited light available. Your strength was astonishing. You showed fortitude. You have not made a mistake. You were strengthened by it. Heaven was attempting to keep you from entering a room early by giving the impression that you were behind time. You are ready at this moment. You are now given extra responsibilities. This is exactly what I, Archangel Michael, want you to do, both physically and spiritually. Today, clean up your area. Light a candle. Offer a brief prayer. Play relaxing music. Write your name on a piece of paper and say it out loud. This name should not be removed. This name has been picked. It is an ongoing commitment that affects your future. Approach this situation with a feeling of purpose, honesty, and hope. Your heavens are opened by the act of spiritual obedience. Relinquish your seed and see what rewards God sends into your life. This title is protected by God. Despite the strange sensation, this is a powerful chemical. It is not a spirit-based belief. It's objective. I'd like you to make one final statement before proceeding. Please include the following words in the comments. Heaven has cemented my intention. This signifies that you own all of the content contained in this communication. It is impossible for you to leave this instant unchanged. You're speaking with angels, the universe, and possibly God. Every word, promise, and shield uttered over you today will be sealed once they are recorded. Compose it now, and allow it to act as the final piece that ensures your celestial ascent. A divine action requires an intention, more than just watching a video or reading a message. You actively participate in your own liberty. This is the intersection between activation and participation. If you have not done so previously, please click the subscribe button. In addition to following a channel, you want to link yourself with a prophetic covering. Subscribers to this ministry are declaring, "I am prepared for my divine assignment. Now is the time for my prophetic alignment." When you are under the appropriate spiritual protection, God's prophetic promises come to life. I am prepared for heaven to act instantly in my life. Signing up now is a comprehensive step toward alignment. Finally, I'd like to reveal the last reality of the evening. A door with a distinct name is present. It has been secured for quite some time. You will find something significant behind this door. A link you almost forgot about, a dream you thought you'd buried, or an idea you discarded. We can begin the procedure of opening the door. When it first opens, it will feel familiar. There should be no tension or evidence, just calm. That is how you'll know it's yours. There is no need for you to participate in competition. You will not be needed to perform any actions. You are not needed to show justification for your entitlement. You already are. You were continuously satisfactory. Before the betrayal, heartbreak, mistrust, and secret rendezvous, you were enough. Now, youngster, take a deep breath. Feel it. Avoid hiding your concerns. Clear your mind of any uncertainty. Relax your consciousness. You are no longer required to present any evidence to anyone because you are no longer afraid of being replaced or feeling guilty for not knowing. The most advantageous part was that you did not have to engage in fighting. You weren't compelled to plead. All that was required was that you receive and accept this knowledge. God completed the final half. The Archangel Michael has remained vigilant. The conspiracy against you has been dissolved. The timeline has been adjusted. The reader is beginning the life they were always meant to live, and light is flowing through. When you enter a room with the purpose of winning, remember that you are more than just an individual. A covenant sealed in heaven cannot be rescinded, and you are proof of that. Of course, it's my child. We should persevere, since your spirit yearns for greater truth, and heaven has more to say. As you've read this far, you're probably aware that this message is not intended for fun. This is an intervention, so pay close attention. Stop thinking about the matter. Now let your essence totally grow. I am Archangel Michael, and my goal is not to arouse your thoughts. Therefore, allow the world's din to diminish. I am accountable for awakening you to your destiny. I have yet to divulge this information to you, and it is not because I intend to conceal it. It was required for your character to be strong enough to handle it. You have been chosen to serve as the divine replacement. Of course, it's my child. Heaven was prepared to replace you as certain people devised plans to eliminate you. However, it isn't just for defense. You are not just deleting their plan. They felt that if you raised them, they would be able to achieve their goals. It was the seat they wanted. You are receiving it. They fought for a favor. It wasn't theirs to begin with. Their goal was to gain influence. It carries your name. This is why things have been so difficult for you. The adversary sought your mental health, relationships, and peace of mind because they could identify it before you did. They knew you were meant to become something formidable. This message was sent to you as a result. Because it is time to move, not walk, in the spiritual, emotional, mental, and relational realms. Eliminate your uncertainties about your worth. Avoid diluting your identity in order to conform. Avoid lowering your voice to ease the insecurity of others. Anna, we will not tolerate your presence. You are here to effect change. Furthermore, child, you are already doing the assignment. The process begins with the simple acceptance of these words into one's spirit. I perceive it right now. The light, which is continually moving, surrounds you. It is now happening. Energy transition. The clarity is returning. The fortitude is building. The rupture of the archaic carapace. Heaven is full of delight. I am about to reveal information that will surely surprise you. The person who wanted to eliminate you will soon notice that you have received a reward. Certainly, document them. It will be a celebration when people hear your name again, not in whispers. When people see your photograph or are in the same room as you and see your breakthrough, their emotions will stop. They'll realize they couldn't stop what was sacred. Your angels were too close, your calling was too firm, and your shield was too thick for them to penetrate. What's the most striking feature? You will not be resentful. Do not seek retaliation. You will simply grin, exhale deeply, and continue to soar since this is your current identity. She was not a victim, but rather a conduit. A vessel for divine timing, fire, and illumination. We will not tolerate your presence. You are here to effect change. Furthermore, child, you are already doing the assignment. The process begins with the simple acceptance of these words into one's spirit. I perceive it right now. Energy transition. The clarity is returning. This is evidenced by the breaking down of old shells and the development of courage. Heaven is delighted by the event as it unfolds. I am about to reveal information that will surely surprise you. The person who wanted to eliminate you will soon notice that you have received a reward. Certainly document them. It will be a celebration when people hear your name again, not in whispers. When people see your photograph, or are in the same room as you, and see your breakthrough, their emotions will stop. They'll realize they couldn't stop what was sacred. Joel, your angels were too close, your calling was too firm, and your shield was too thick for them to penetrate. What's the most striking feature? You will not be resentful. Do not seek retaliation. You are who you are right now, so continue to rise, breathe, and smile. She was not a victim, but rather a conduit. A vessel for divine timing, fire, and illumination. As a child, you will begin to receive unique indications and unexpected confirmations. They will not always be boisterous or theatrical, but they will be resilient. You will receive a message from someone with whom you have not spoken in some time. What it says will not seem arbitrary. The same word will be repeated 3 times in one day. This is the word that God wants you to focus on in order to have your breakthrough. It's probable you'll wake up between 3 and 4 a.m. Heaven will mumble something in the coming days while everyone sleeps. There is no need for alarm. Pay attention. These are not random events. These are codes, and your spirit may finally understand them. People may have misunderstood, abandoned, discussed, or replaced you, but God did not see it that way. God does not want the most powerful voice. He desires to find the purest heart. You still have that spirit, child. Despite the turmoil, betrayal, and suffering, you still have love. As a result, you are given more authority. Influence is not limited to gifted persons in paradise. It distributes it to those you can count on. In addition, I believe in you, my progeny. You were continually in prayer. You kept your hope. You maintained your conviction. Even when you didn't communicate your beliefs, you were convinced. That is why I am present at this time. That is why this message continues to be sent. This is not just a term. A spiritual exchange occurred. You're swapping fear for clarity, doubt for strength, suffering for healing, and stillness for spiritual guidance. Finally, there is one last secret. Your assault is actually the product of your speech, which has the ability to change the atmosphere. That is accurate. Individuals behave differently in your presence. Upon entering, the atmosphere changes. Individuals experience either worry or inspiration. For what reason? You were not created to adhere to the norm. You were born with your own distinct identity, not with satisfaction, not as a matter of honor. However, with a calm and constant grace. And now, that grace is returning with greater intensity than before. Observe how people begin to regard you differently after this. Observe how your spirit no longer tolerates the things that used to deplete it. Observe how previously closed doors suddenly beg for your assistance in unlocking them. The current moment signals the beginning of a season of marvels. Not because you worked hard and did an excellent job, but because you persevered throughout the preparation process. I'm still standing, child. Take a deep breath, grin, and mutter to yourself. This signifies that the opposition won. You are still active, discreet, and on the rise. Therefore, there is no need for alarm. Your guardian angels are present. You are safe on your journey. Your miracle is already occurring, and your name is being remembered. This is your opportunity. It is fully unlocked. Seize the moment and never forget the message that heaven has given you today. Although this communication has ended, your journey has just begun. Complete these 3 chores before you depart. They will enshrine God's words spoken over you today. First, select the like button. The like symbol shows that you agree with every sentence that was stated. Archangel Michael will protect you now that you have consented. Accepting this allows heavenly favor to come into your life right now. God's favor is intended for those who listen to his messages. Please endorse this message by clicking the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. When you subscribe, you create a covenant of continuing prophetic protection rather than simply clicking a button. The communications that follow this one will be combined with the ones you have already received today. Do not stray from the source of your spiritual connection. Enroll now to receive every prophetic message relevant to your future. Finally, I would be grateful if you could share this video. Send it to someone who needs confirmation that their divine status cannot be terminated. Inform someone who is involved in a conflict that they are not fully aware of. When you share, you obtain an anointing for your life. You become a conduit for breakthroughs, and heaven acknowledges those who help others heal. It is now the appropriate time to subscribe, like, and share. Next, move calmly, confident that you have been chosen, that you are on the ascent, and that you are safe. It's been completed. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this deep reality. This message was not discovered coincidentally. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He extends his hand and invites you to a high-vibrational, protected community where divine abundance is more than a hope, but a promise. This spiritual idea is quite simple. Nonetheless, it has the capacity to transform your entire life. You will not just gain blessings if you follow it. They will multiply and permeate all aspects of your existence. Accepting this invitation grants you immediate, early access to potent content and heavenly insights that are now unavailable to the broader public. You now have the opportunity to enter a sacred area where you will receive unshakable support, spiritual guidance, and speedy progress towards your destiny. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Your triumph is near. Action is required. Your abundance is ready.